it is, Caucasian women have been wearing extensions longer than we have.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I think that is interesting that they want to touch.
So different styles and stuff, they ask like, how long did it take that? Because they ask me my hair, I tell them, yeah, it's mine.
You
Because
bought
you
it.
don't have any
Right.
reason if I bought it, or it don't matter if it's coming out my group. I just think that's a disrespectful question. Because that's like me asking, is that your toupee on your head? I know it's toupee. You gotta go upstairs to get an MRI, you gotta take out the toupee. So that's my thing that, I'm not gonna ask you your personal business about your hair. And I sure ain't gonna ask you, because I don't know what you doing when I come in that room, what you have done for you to touch my hair. So, like, I just think it's inappropriate for somebody to ask you if that's your hair or not. I mean, you take your own stuff. If it is, if it ain't, if that's your hair.
And I do think it's inappropriate too, but I also know that we, our own black women, will ask that just as easy as that your hair.
Yeah.
I think that's inappropriate also.
Yes.
But the thing of it is, when this gets really old, it looks much better.
Yeah.
And I told Crystal this over and over. I've had people come up to me over the years when it's and say, ask me, is it yours?
Yep.
And I said a couple of times, other than me wanting to give them a lesson of what you should and shouldn't ask somebody, I almost lied and say it. And then what I would say is most of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying at the time. But it's like, why are you asking me what difference is it gonna make? But but it would look so natural, and I'll show you all the pictures later. It was one picture that I said, hey, I didn't know it was
Right.
and
That's a really natural.
because eventually it starts to blend in with your own hair that's around the edges. So it
is so
the gray started coming. So that's what the part that I like. But I think, like what you said, but with Caucasian people, they have a tendency to want to walk up to you and ask you as they're touching you. And I'm the type that grabs your wrist and says, step back, man. You don't touch my hair.
And I really don't think I don't really think that my patients are trying to be rude. It's just that they don't know, we're just different cultures.
They don't think
No, I don't think. Well, you're entitled to feel that way. But let me tell you the way I see it. If it's me, they have tried to rule over us for so long. I'm gonna touch your hair because I can. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not even about asking, can they? It's like, I'm gonna do it, and you should let me because of who I am.
Right.
And that's the part I get on the defense about. I stay on the defense about a lot of stuff dealing with this racial thing right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, don't touch and don't even ask me.
But
Don't do it.
what's so interesting is that even if you took race out, right? Who in their right mind goes to touch another person's body?
And you don't know.
Right.
That's very
Like,
personal. It's very personal. That's very personal.
Is that just happening with women and black women? I think I had a man say that he worked at the hospital too. He said he had a real nice beard. And he said that women were always trying to come up and just grab his face and go,
That's dumb to me.
yeah.
I just couldn't walk up to a person and unless you're my man. Other than that, I just can't see going up
But I
to you.
still, like, again, you talk about being black and being female, don't get me started. But black and female, and you might have a male who might have facial features, let's just use a black male. Well, black men are fetishized by white women,
White
people of the genders. But I'm saying all of that to say, I just think that it's a little different. I think it's very different when it comes to us.
Oh, yeah.
And some of that historically has to do with exactly what you just have been taught, even unconsciously, to think that it's okay.
Right. We should not say no to them.
Right,
Yeah, I'm saying
right. That's an unconscious entitlement, They say
No, and I'm not asking this question again, but have you ever thought about doing like stand up? You remind me of my mother in this aspect. My mother used to, when she would talk, she would say things that would have people rolling, and she wasn't saying it to be funny.
Right.
That was who she was.
Right.
And that's who you are. So you could do stand up for real. And I'm telling you, I would come and listen.
We will pay tickets like we do.
Right.
That's
talent and you don't even know that it's a talent
That's
because
true.
that's who
Until
you
somebody
are
else.
anyway.
Yeah,
So why not get
I've
paid
been
to
told
do
that
it?
several times.
Okay, so then what are you gonna do about it?
She said I'm doing it.
Well, whatever she do, if she go, I need to style you before you go out on the stage.
Baby,
See,
take tags. You roll. I'm not
And you gotta be you got an entourage, right?
Yes, you already got
Yeah.
my daughter, my new friend.
that's it. Let's go.
Okay, that is true. Okay, black women have like
Oh my gosh.
the best ways to compliment each other. What are some like ways that black women compliment each other without saying that they like something? They just call the name.
Or they'll say, I see you, sis.
Okay.
And sometimes you don't have to say anything. You just can make eye contact and be like, it's an understanding.
Yeah.
It's an understanding.
Yeah.
I might put a little something together. I let Crystal kind of get
Facilitate
and
everything.
facilitate. We might do something.
And I'll make you a shirt that says, bust your edges.
Jazz.
Hey,
See, and that is the thing about.
we'll
I'll
put
make everybody shirts. We got edges.
Yes.
We'll put our prices down so we can all.
See, and that's the thing that I'm always talking about. You have
Real
to
edges.
support
You
each
can
other.
buy edges.
I
You can buy edges.
It started out as this comedian talking about when somebody came, and y'all may have seen it on Instagram a few years ago. The guy was sitting there and somebody ran up to him and he was like looking around like if he was selling weed, and he was like, pull it out, what you need? And he was like, I need some edges. Like, what? And you know that type of thing. Now they really are selling edges.
They
And
really
you
are
can
selling
lay them on the side.
Right.
And you can get the company already wait.
You can get them all.
The same place where we get the rest of our hair.
I can cut my edges off and Crystal can put them on somebody else. What you need to do? Straighten them out?
You donate it?
No. Everybody gotta pay for an edge.
Edges for love.
Yes.
Edges for love.
My edges go quick.
But that's okay.
Until they completely go. I'm gonna tell you something. It might not come back.
Look, it might not come with
An extra $100 to spend on yourself every week, how would you treat yourself?
Extra 100 a week.
Yeah.
I would still wouldn't spend it on some. I would save it for something major that I would want to do for myself. But I wouldn't spend it.
Like a big
Yeah, I'm
trip.
probably going on vacation.
Makeup. I'm going for that big 4-5, baby. Y'all wanna make up?
Let's go.
It's so funny. I'm set to my uncle.
Yeah.
I'll be 45.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's we come and do this and keep me Puerto Rican Prince.
If you have
I'm down.
Hey, Crystal, I need a Puerto Rican hair. Cause I'm gonna come out the water and
You
you
had
wait.
If I had $100 every week, I don't like money. I would save for a vacation, however common. Before I did that part, yes. Before I did that, I probably would do something like a medium, right? So I love cooking and fellowship. So
I like to
yeah, but only when I want to do it.
Oh,
Right, you see what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
saying?
So I
like to
probably,
eat,
so
so she
for a
goes
week,
to
if
the
I wanted to do a feast and have, like I have friends who like to cook too, and we COVID safe, like we talked about, it would be to bring the sisters and their significant others who they want to bring, you know, to a space and let's fellowship, and we would have food, drinks, you know, and just, and I'm saying that money for a couple of weeks would be saved so nobody had to buy anything.
Right.
There's a certain menu, right?
Right.
I want this, T. You know, can you make sure you have this, that? I would love to do that.
Well, that's
Yeah,
nice.
something like
That's
that.
nice.
Because
I
that
like
feeds me, you know,
Yeah.
spending that time.
Time with quality.
Yeah.
And good
Yeah.
people though.
And good, right,
spirits.
and good quality,
Yeah.
good beverages.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Just saying. I would love to do that, honestly.
Well, let me know, because I like to eat.
Well, I'm telling you, well, you know, between the comedy show that's about to happen and the proceeds.
And we're gonna definitely support that.
And personal coaching coming up.
You know
And
what?
other, you know, some stuff. And we finding out what the other gifts are in the room. You know,
That's it.
I
Everybody
would
has their own
utilize that.
talent.
That's
right.
it. That is definitely true.
Yeah.
It'll come to you.
Okay, this one says, do men wear bonnets to bed?
Yeah, I said walk around the grocery store. I'm trying to figure out where the birds come to.
Okay, but what type of bed is that?
question.
Okay.
Cause like Andrea said, you know, like
Do you have
a lock stock is different than a bonnet. So what do we mean when we say bonnet, y'all? What do y'all mean when you say bonnet?
A bonnet.
They said a bonnet. I said, what do you mean when you say bonnet? They said a bonnet.
Okay, but when I say bonnet, I'm talking about when you pull it over your head and you got a band here and you stuff all your hair.
Yes. Satin, silk.
Right.
Yes.
Now, so my son wears this thing, and I don't know the name of it. Crystal, maybe you know what it is, because he has long locks.
Yep.
And so this is a thing that covers his hair, but it shows the shape of the hair.
But it's for
That's a lot.
It's long. It's not a bonnet.
That's not a bonnet.
No, that's not about that. I would say that's a drop.
Okay.
I'm talking about,
My
I seen this dude
Which I was
in the store with a bonnet and some darn Nike slides and some socks.
and some bonnet.
Maybe he had a perm.
scrunchy perm.
I don't know what he had, but I just feel like that's
Big perm.
Yeah.
Big perm. Big perm.
It's inappropriate for anybody to wear that.
Wait, y'all hear what you said? Say it again. Say this again.
Inappropriate for anyone to wear a bonnet outdoors.
Yes. Okay.
And I'm sorry for the sisters or gentlemen or other people in between who identify differently.
Definitely stick on that. We don't do that.
Yeah. Again, but you know, it's about how people were taught. What were you saying?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
That just
Oh.
started up. That just started as me.
Anything can happen when they look at a hot mess.
I've heard an exception though on the bonnet out in public.
Ever.
So
Like I can see it.
I don't personally think a bonnet out in public is, you know,
That's
a good
exactly.
look, a good aesthetic.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
somebody, if they're getting ready for a special event, like a bride or something like that, she has her hair pinned up and she wants to snap a bonnet around.
Yeah, but you're not going to the store. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
That's
you
a
know,
good valid
you at your kid's school function.
Oh,
You're in the grocery store.
What she just said, that made sense. A bride that's running out, maybe she has to go, you know what I'm saying? And she's just that. But we're talking about people that do this, like I saw the young lady the other day in her full-fledged pajamas and grocery.
You gotta go back home and get in the bed.
And you know what? And I know that she wanted to say something to me as though, why are you looking at me like that? But I was waiting for her to ask me that.
What was she gonna say?
I can't believe I'm in a maze. And you allow
What is that?
That's what I
Let
was
me tell
saying.
you something. If I don't know better,
Wait, you went.
I'm gonna ask. That's one.
You're not gonna take off tonight.
I feel that we as women, and you know, and even with you young ladies in the back, if it's young
the
girls
three of
that
us.
are, you see what my fingers are going. So even with that, I feel like we are charged to, when you see something, not to overlook it. And you can say something to somebody without being rude or disrespectful. Now they may still not receive it well, but again, we're still charged with doing that. I'm old school, so it's like if you see a child doing something wrong in the neighborhood, I'm still that same one that's gonna say something. And I'm also the same one that's gonna knock at your door and tell your mama that may only be 24 and say, hold up, before you say something. This is why I said it, now go. Because I'm prepared to go on and start teaching you something that your mama didn't do.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying? Because number one, your little 4-year-old shouldn't be running outside by himself.
Right. Hello?
And people stealing kids all day. And as soon as it happens, this is what's going on. So, and then why I say the younger women to the back, the girls that you may see that's 13, 14, you see them doing something, you're charged with correcting them. Because it's maybe something that you experienced in that era that somebody didn't. So you want us to be better as people, as women, together. That's as a whole. Everybody's gonna be different, but you still have a responsibility to our community.
Yeah, and if they don't receive it well, they'll always remember what you said.
Exactly.
The correction may come with a cuss out.
But at least you can. Exactly. And I'm always prepared to let you know.